Ghosts in Us contains serious and sometimes disturbing events and is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
And then all I remember is just blacking out, ending up on the other side of the cemetery, and then being at the car throwing up.
And there is the very distinct
This
shape
really
of a
dark
man.
figure that was standing in the doorway.
I'm living an episode of Kindred Spirits right now.
And I just want them to tell me their stories.
So he thinks the life was sacrificed for the spell.
It had the crying boy painting.
Something demonic that was mocking me.
Are you kidding?
It was completely involuntary, but I started crying. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Ghosts in Us podcast. I am back with my co-host, Taylor. Say hi.
Hello.
And today, our special guest, we have Leage. Leage, what
What's
is
up?
it that you do? Because we were literally just looking at your YouTube channel before.
You have so many different, you have the Randonautica, you got skinwalker things, you got this or that.
I do everything.
Yeah, you do.
The only thing I
2.8
don't do.
thousand videos?
Yeah, in 3 years.
That is.
Is this your day job?
It was for a while, but no. Right now, I'm doing my deliveries for Uber Eats and stuff.
All right.
Okay. Because I'm just like,
But it's what. When COVID hit, I had nothing better to do, so I just went out and filmed every single day for like 10 hours a day.
I think that makes sense.
yeah, for real. Okay, but here's the thing. So I work at a media company, and I do I edit videos for a living, and me doing this is just like another icing on the cake for me to just do whatever. But your analytics are so weird, dude.
Yeah,
What's
bro.
up with that?
Couldn't tell you, man.
Like you,
Couldn't tell you.
every so
Video-
often we'll have I'm looking and I'm like, your video, you'll have one video that'll pop off at like 1,000 to 2,000 views, but everything else so far recently is just like 100 to 200. Like, do you think it's
Well,
because nobody's locked up anymore and we can do whatever?
That might have something to do with it, but it's also because there's a lot of content creators out there that just take videos and do like these review videos and stuff. So I did that for a while. I was making short videos with like fails and stuff,
Mhm.
and YouTube didn't say nothing. So then 6 months later, they decided to hit me with copyright strikes and took my monetization away for 90 days.
Oh, that would do it for sure. Cause then you're not getting like your promotion and suggested and
Nothing.
stuff.
That sucks.
Your SEO gets completely ruined.
Destroyed. And then certain videos, I film a lot of stuff. So I captured there was a fan that headbutted a wrestler at a show, and it hit like 7.2 million on Instagram. So on YouTube, it got to like 740,000 views, and then YouTube age restricted it because at that million view, they got to pay you,
Oh, Jesus.
and they don't want to pay it. So plus the issue with me is I'm not going to say any names because there's a lot of people out there that have bigger channels than me. But let's just say I've had some people that do the same thing as me that are above me that have literally trashed me for like a year and a half.
That's trash, dude. I'm sorry.
It's just how it is, man. When you have someone new comes in, like for example, I started my channel on December 2nd, 2020. I had 1,000 subscribers within a week.
Damn.
Dang.
Because that Randonautica trend I was on was going nuts.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I create my Discord and all this stuff, and all of a sudden I find out that some of these people have spies in my Discord spying on everything I'm doing.
Jeez.
So I don't know if it was jealousy or just some people don't like seeing other people do good. So I've had a lot of people slam just me in general.
That's some trash,
And
man.
then I also-
that sucks.
I also think it has to do with, I'm not saying anything out there because I'll go and pay $12 to see a Marvel movie. People just want that instant gratification.
Yeah.
And if you're not coming across somebody or putting your life in danger or all this stuff, just nobody watches. And I've noticed that a lot of the creators out there that tend to stage things,
Yep.
we'll use that word, they get those views because they know that shock value is what's getting them over.
No, and I agree. We had Journey with Josh on here on our last episode, and we talked about people faking stuff for.
I'm doing a podcast with him Wednesday.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I told
Yeah,
everybody
dude.
on Twitter, I said, it doesn't matter who you are. If you want to film, if you want to do something, just let me know.
Dude, he's such a cool guy.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's
gonna
really
lie.
nice.
He's so nice.
Now,
But no,
I've
yeah, that was a topic of conversation. It was talking about people faking stuff for views and how we personally, like, we're not faking stuff in our videos. I don't know if you've looked at ours, but we watched a few of yours, and dude, like, some of the Randonautica, is that how
Yeah.
you pronounce Randonautica stuff, is interesting, and like some of the stuff I feel. We watched the one where you went to like that big glow bulb thing or whatever,
And then
You said
like
it was
someone came up to
multicoloring?
you and
yeah,
talked about the police and all that.
Mhm.
dude, some of
It's
that's
because
it's gotta be scary.
the Randonautica gives you a guideline. They say don't go out at nighttime, don't go solo, all this stuff. I break all those rules. I go out at nighttime, I go solo. So I put myself in a situation to where it's not the best, but it makes for really good videos.
Do you at least bring like protection?
No, I used to. I used to
Yeah.
carry just like a pocket knife.
Yeah.
But now I have like
punches him with the
my-
camera.
Well, see, my tripod, I have this, like most tripods kind of connect in the middle. Mine is kind of free to where I can like open it up. And then also one of the legs pops off and it's got a pretty sharp little dagger on the end of it. So
That's
but
protection.
I'm just quick on my feet. So if I see something, I'm running.
Yeah.
Which has happened many, many
We
times.
usually run to.
I've come into some crazy situations. That's like that night right there. The house is up, but we have a golf tournament down here called the Masters.
Okay.
One of the most prestigious tournaments in
Mhm.
golf, which I could care less about golf at all. Sorry, people out there that like golf. I just don't care about it.
I can guarantee you, anybody who likes golf probably is not watching our stuff. So
You never know, man.
oh,
I
that's
think
fair.
I got a couple people that watch on the channel, but I could be wrong. But that little house was apparently a part of the Masters area. So just people want to talk. And I mean, I don't mind it. I've come into contact with a couple rando I've done. Me and my buddy were over in Graniteville and we had a pen of murder. And it took us to an old mill, like an abandoned old mill. So we go in and we're walking around. All of a sudden we hear just like a voice. So I kind of walk over because I can run or leave. But in my mind, I'm like, if I walk over and talk to him, maybe he'll leave us alone. So I walked over and talked to him, and then he's decided he wanted to follow us around the mill. And I'm like, yay. But then I'm like, I didn't like it because he was like, every word he said was a cuss word. It made editing ridiculously hard. But when I'm in there, I'm like, man, I'd rather have this guy next to me so I know where he's at than around the mill hiding, trying to pop out.
True. And then
Yeah. So
as
at
we're
least
walking
you were like with your buddy too, so at least it's 2 against 1.
Exactly. But that was the crazy part about it. Because I'm asking him, I'm like, man, is there anybody else in the mill? Is there anybody we need to worry about? He kept saying, no, no, no. So as we started to make our way through the mill, we could blatantly hear talking and footsteps the same way he was taking us. So in my mind, I'm like, this dude's taking us to get ambushed.
Yeah.
So that's when I kind of called it quits and got out. But we decided to go back. And the second time we went back, we're making it. Me and my buddy go through because the fences are wide open. There's not one sign outside that says no trespassing, private property, any of that. So we're making our way down the fence, and there's just like an empty parking lot to the like if you're walking on the road, the mill's kind of right here. There's an empty parking lot to the left. As we go down, all of a sudden we just hear like it sounds like stampede of people. 10 cops come out of nowhere, guns raised, everything. Like we're sitting here just like, yo, we're like, you got 10 cops, full guns, one with an AR, and we're like, bro, we didn't do nothing. And it's on the channel. I actually have the full video. I didn't stop recording. I recorded the whole thing.
Holy
And
shit.
they were just talking about, so you'll just go in places that are open when offenses. I said, sir, there's no private property signs. There's nothing around here telling people to not come in. So that's why they had to let us go. They couldn't do anything about it because we were technically right.
Mhm.
So now if you go back, every single place over there has private property signs and fences around them because they kind of had to learn their lesson from me, or they're just going to keep having it happen.
Damn. That's crazy,
But
dude.
Rando's awesome, man, because I have found so much incredible stuff doing Randonautica. Like one night on a live stream, I was getting ready to end it, and I was like, you know what, let's do one more pin. So it gave me a pin over by this restaurant, Cheddar's, and I'm like, there doesn't look like nothing's there. So when we pulled up, there's just woods, so you don't see anything. It's like, okay, there's nothing. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go walk. I walk through, I get to the clearing, and there's a house.
Oh.
Abandoned house. Literally, basically what you would call a time capsule. Everything was left behind. I mean, everything. Freaking Chanel perfume from like the 60s. And just like all kind of stuff.
That's really
And
cool.
so I did some research, and it was awesome. It was really, really cool on the inside because they were just like people left. Like expensive, like sewing machines, just like expensive stuff. And so I did some research on it and come to find out it was a triple murder house. The guy killed his family and then committed self-harm on himself.
Dang.
So the way Randonautica works, do you think it's like whoever's like in charge of like programming it and stuff, they like look at satellite pictures of places and then like pick out something that is like could look like a house or look like something different and then use those as pinpoints?
I think I have two ideas of what they do. One can be, for example, like with you using YouTube, do you like block ads or do you have the ads and stuff come through?
Well, they disabled the
Because I
ad
know-
blocker anyway, but
Well, I know like premium and stuff, you don't have to worry about ads.
I don't subscribe to premium or anything.
Me either. I just let the ads roll because
Yeah.
somebody's making money off of them.
Mhm.
But have you noticed that if you never do something, like say for example, I've never been to Target. I decided to go to Target. All of a sudden, there's an ad for Target on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's this whole everything you do is being watched, whether we want to believe it or not. Because it's like I can go on my app to Google and go somewhere that I've never been before, and then it'll give me an ad for that place, which is weird.
Yeah, the location on your
So
phone.
So I have a feeling it's a mixture of, it could be just them getting it right on a guess, but there's much stuff as I come around and I've come in contact with it, you can't guess that many things. It's more of just they're just getting it right, I guess. It's hard to explain because you don't really know. Because I mean, they say they use quantum mechanics and the quantum realm, and it's just a random generator point. But when you're actually using it as much as I have for 3 years now, it's weird, man, because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So how does that like work? Like I've never heard about this until like I was doing research on you. So like I've never heard of
And I
Randonautica
used
or
to,
anything.
like-
You told me just before that you used to like look at it.
And like use Google Maps to like explore because I'm a pussy and
That's what I use.
go places.
That's what I use. I will get at my house at nighttime when I have nothing to do, and I will open Google Maps and I will search, and that's all I do. And that's
Yeah.
how I find a lot of places that nobody else knows about. Because I just look on Google Maps and I'll like find the woods area, and if there's something in the middle of the woods that doesn't look right, I go to it.
So does it like just give you like a random spot within like a certain mile distance from you, or
You can, I don't
You
know
have-
if you could set up a radius and all that.
Yep. You can. It gives you. I'll show you. I've got it on my phone. I can show you exactly how it works right now.
please? I've
All
never heard of it until today. So
All right. So I'm gonna pull it. I can't see y'all, but I'm gonna have to. Okay. So this is Randonautica.
okay.
So you
So
have a
just-
radius. You have a radius right now. It's at 0.99, but you can zoom out your radius to as far as you. Right now, it blanks out at 6.2 miles.
Okay.
So it can give you any pin generated in that area. So example, let's say, just give me an intent.
I'm sorry, what was that? I
Anything,
didn't hear
doesn't
what you
matter. Just give me an intention, any kind you want.
And-
It can be anything. It
Taylor,
can
I'll-
be ghost.
Oh yeah, let's do
Well,
that.
Let's just do ghosts. So I'll go
Yeah,
here
let's
to
do that.
void.
Sorry.
and then we'll generate. And now it's actually generating a pin for me.
So is it using like AI at all, or is this just like?
That's my guess. Is it's using random pinpoints on a map to give you something, whether it'll be there or not.
And then it gives you directions on how to go.
Because
Go there.
this would be one of the earliest adopters of AI tech if this came out. When did this come out? Like COVID area?
Yep.
Well,
And
that's
see,
when
it
it got
just gave
big.
me a
Yeah.
void. See, it
That's
just
so
gave me a
interesting
void in the middle of a, where we got right here. This is a, oh, it actually looks like an abandoned building.
That's so
that's a ghost pin.
interesting.
Like you should download
then I
it
will-
and just play with it when you're laying in bed or sitting on the couch.
Probably
Yeah,
won't.
because
but-
it'll give you a full like radius of like, this one is 108.73 meters, a Z-score of 417, a power of 465, and it's all this area. But where the pin is exactly is an abandoned parking lot with a building.
That's so interesting.
And that's how, and then you just go to it. Now,
So is
some
that-
places I will not go
I hope so, because that's like,
because there's some like really sketchy areas around town,
yeah.
and I'm not dying for views.
No, I wouldn't either. So would you say that the Randonautica stuff is like your favorite content to make, or like, or would you say, because you do post going
It's
into like
easy- it's the
haunted
e- it's the-
places?
It's the easiest to film live, if that makes any sense.
That does
Yeah.
make sense. Yes.
With the amount of stuff you're doing with it, it's just easier to live stream it and not have to go back and edit. But every now and then, I don't mind doing it. But to be honest, I've kind of moved over to more haunted and abandoned and kind of exploring.
Right.
But I'll still do it. I do it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. But I literally work 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. So when I'm not working, I'm either editing, filming, making new stuff, coming up with ideas, or trying to collab with other people.
Right.
But I do everything myself because I have literally, when it comes to editing, a lot of people out there have editors. Everything I've done is me.
Mhm.
It's 100% me. Whether it's a thumbnail, the videos, the shouting out people, or going to talk to people, everything is me. I have nobody, like even mods on YouTube. It's just me.
Dang.
I do like your thumbnails. I think they're very like clickbaity in a good way. Like they're pretty good.
Yeah, and then I'll get people that be like, because there was like, oh, we found the body. It doesn't mean they're dead. We just found a body on the street. They might be sleeping. They might be homeless. I didn't say a dead person. And then
Right.
people get mad at that. Oh, you're clickbaiting. I'm like, no, tell me where it says dead body.
But if you're
I said, I
clickbaiting,
just
like
found a body.
they're clicking on it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you're using clicky titles to get your views, which is good. Like that's the goal.
Kind of what you
But
have
you're
to
not-
do when
but
there's a
you're
lot
not-
of people.
The good thing is that you're not falsifying the titles.
But yeah, like you have to clickbait stuff because there's a lot of people in the same, like doing the same thing,
Yeah.
trying to get views.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good thing that we're not like using them to falsify what we're showing. Like you said, I didn't say it was a dead body. I just said we found a body. Nowhere does it say dead. Like, yeah, you're being very literal about it, which is clicky,
And the
clicky
weird,
as it is.
Yeah, and it's clicky, but also I try to, if something happens in the video, I try to take that and use it as a thumbnail.
Yeah.
So I'm not just like creating something out of just thin air. So I take that part and then I put it up. But then sometimes it's YouTube, man. It's not, they can say, oh, follow the algorithm, do your tags, do all this stuff. That has nothing to do with it, man. It's all based on whether or not people want to watch you.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it all is. And the higher channels that have the subscribers and they have all that, then they've got people. But when it comes to people, say my way or Josh or like other ones that are under that 50K, since Logan Paul, YouTube just doesn't push them.
I know.
And it destroys so many people. And then you've got these higher accounts out there with millions of subscribers that are like, oh, we're doing it for YouTube and the people and the creators. but they won't work with anybody under their subscriber count to help grow channels. And collaborating is really where it's at, because I don't care. Say you got 200 subscribers, your 200 people might not know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So those 200 people will come in. If they subscribe, awesome. If they don't, it's cool. That's still 200 eyes on the channel that I might not have had.
Right.
And
Exactly.
people don't look at it that way.
Exactly. But let's dive into that haunted kind of stuff. So we watched a few of your videos. Obviously, we're not going to watch all 2,000 videos, but we watched a few. And one that stood out to me was one where you went to I'm only saying this because this is what you had in your title. You went to a demonic cemetery.
Yeah, Magnolia.
If that's what it was. I don't know. I didn't catch it in the video at all, but it's like 10 minutes long. Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
and
this is a simple one where they you talking about where I get the knock?
Yeah, when you were knocking on the mausoleum.
Yeah. Where it's mainly me questioning what about it was demonic, because you don't really dive into it. So that's where I was just like a little confused when we're talking about.
That video is technically a part 3.
Oh,
it's more of a short condense. The reason why we say it's the demonic cemetery is the past 2 times I was there, we've gotten a lot. I've gotten a lot of satanic references.
Okay.
From the spirit box saying the demon king lives here, to just weird stuff that makes no sense. One time I was talking to 2 twins that were murdered, and the person apparently never got caught, and they consider him a demon. Also, there's a place downtown that I've been to called the Old Medical College. They brung in a slave, and he used to rob graves of bodies.
Interesting.
And so he was known as a demonic soul. Okay. Supposedly. So basically, when I say demonic, I don't technically mean that it might be a demon there.
Right.
But when it comes to the myths and the legends, and from what I've heard,
you're getting dark.
There's some weird stuff. Very dark stuff.
Interesting.
And when you see me in the cemetery, it's kind of random, because I don't walk in and just start hunting. I go off of, I'm not a medium, but I have a weird ability to see flash images in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And just weird stuff. And I can hear things nobody else will hear. And I don't know if it's just they like me, but I'll go in, and if I get a feeling somewhere, I'll go directly to it. And that's what happened at the mausoleum. I had a weird feeling about the area. So I said, look, I'm just going to sit down and talk. Knocked on the door, never expecting anything to happen back. So I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear, ooh, I'm like, okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, the rock hitting the glass was really interesting there. At least that's what it sounded like to me. It was like someone threw a rock at that glass after you had knocked. And
it's happened every time I've gone. And I think I've got like 3 or 4 videos of it happening.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's why I was just like, I have no idea. Like, I clicked a random video, and obviously, if it's a part 3, I'm not going to know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was just like, what is happening? Like, what about this makes it like a demonic cemetery? But now that with the context, that makes more sense.
So I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, what has been your favorite paranormal experience, if you have one?
My favorite?
Yes.
2 of them. I got 2 that are probably the same. One, I was in Thompson, Georgia. There's a cemetery. It's the only place I've been, I'll say, brutally possessed, to where I was like throwing up black bile.
Oh God.
That one was wild. It just happened out of nowhere. I'm sitting there. I see an image of like 6 kids, and all of a sudden the spirit box starts talking everything I'm seeing. And then all I remember is just blacking out, ending up on the other side of the cemetery, and then being at the car throwing up. That was one. Second is the Rock House. I don't know if I sent you this video or not. It's one of the few places I've caught red orbs. Not just like white ones, like full solid red orbs.
Dang.
And then I was upstairs, and we were getting ready to close down, and all of a sudden, and I'll send you the video afterwards, you can hear what sounds like a man holding a shovel just dragging it across the ground. And then as we walk down, you hear the spirit box say dig. And then it's one of those things where I cannot explain what happened. So it's up there in just like my upper echelon of just awesome stuff. Because see, I go into these things extremely open. And
Yeah.
that's why I do a lot of paranormal. I do a lot of paranormal solo. Yes, I've got a couple buddies and stuff, but they don't believe like I do. And when you bring somebody in that doesn't believe or might be negative, you're not going to have that experience. So I just go solo.
Right.
It's like if anybody's going to attach to me, it's going to happen.
Yeah, we started going, like, we used to be a team of 4, and we still are a team of 4. It's just that people's schedules are busy or like things like pop up. So for the last few of our videos that we've put out, it's just the two of us that are able to make the time and go. So
I don't think I could ever go alone due to just wanting to feel safe. Like if it is an abandoned or like just a place that anyone can walk into, and like being a girl, I already feel like that's pushing it. I'm trying to stay safe.
I do feel like that does open you up more. Like that would be, I think it would be a fun experience on the outside, but like in the moment, I'd probably be shitting bricks the entire time.
Oh, I have. There was a place I was in up like, it's like 40 minutes away, but it's called the Manor House. It was a old, like a senior living facility, but they got shut down because of malpractice and a lot of just bad stuff. And I've been like a couple times, but with people, but I've always said, you know what, I want to go back just myself. And the time I went back myself, I walked around most of the building. I didn't see anything. There was no people in there. But as I'm making my way back, just out of the corner of my eye, you just hear, well, you see just it's probably about this tall, just a black figure.
Damn.
And you just hear a boom, boom, boom. And that's when I took off running, just because I was by myself.
I would fall to the ground crying.
I probably would have, but in my head, I'm like, okay, I didn't tell nobody I was here. So if I die in here, nobody's going to know where I'm at. So I just ran.
Yeah.
Right.
As quickly as I possibly could.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like even if that's like a person, you're like, your fight or flight will kick in. And I typically choose flight. I will typically always choose flight.
Just fall to the ground.
Now, if it's like, say for example, like where I'm at right now, it's kind of open. If I hear a noise over here and I can see where it's at and there's nobody, I'll stay. But when it's a place where I can't see what's around the corner.
Yeah, and you're just unaware of your surroundings.
Exactly. For all I know, a piece of ceiling could have fallen down, but I'm not going to take the chance to go look.
Yeah.
It was a loud boom. I'm good.
Yeah. So if you're going into these places, I know you make a point in a few of them to be like, yeah, we're going during the day and not night. Do you prefer investigating stuff during the day or?
No, I like the nighttime. Only reason I go during the day most of the time is to scout a location, or it might not be, what's the word I can say? Flashlights give us away at nighttime. So some places I have to go at during the daytime.
Right.
Because I don't trespass. I don't break into buildings. That's one thing I've stood for on my channel since the beginning. Good. I just don't do it. So if there might be a place that might be a little suspicious, I'm not sure if it's trespassing or not, I will go at daytime just to check it out so people can see me walking around. They don't think I'm trying to break in somewhere. Now, if it's something really cool, like me and my buddy Jose found an abandoned hospital in Aiken, something like that, I'm going to go in at nighttime because nobody sees us going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
preferably, fair. I'll be 100% honest with you, man. It doesn't matter. Nighttime, daytime. I just love exploring. And I've found that I get just as much paranormal stuff during the daytime as I get at nighttime.
Yeah.
If it's haunted all the time.
Mm-hmm. There's no like set time it's haunted or anything. I just want to
say they no, go ahead.
No, please continue.
They want to say the witching hour is the best time, but I mean, if it's truly haunted and somebody really wants to talk, it doesn't matter what time of day it is.
Exactly.
think the
And
witching
I've
hour.
found that, and this is another thing that a lot of people don't think about. When you have your spirit box going and you're asking questions and you get answers that may not reply to your question, write them down, because those answers may reply to another ghost speaking to each other.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
never
thought
thought of
about that.
Because we honestly don't know if spirits can communicate in the afterlife. They may only have that little box to talk to each other. So for all we know, I could be talking to somebody, but there could be 4 other spirits talking with themselves.
I like that theory.
That's a good theory.
Because and you never hear anybody talk about it because it's that didn't make sense. But if you write, and I've wrote them down before, and it's a full conversation between other people. It's weird.
That is weird.
'Cause
Yeah,
we-
we've had
'cause
some
we just don't know
experiences like
enough.
that, actually, now that I think about it. We've had a few where we would investigate at a specific time, and we would use the spirit box and we got an answer. And it was actually directed towards a previous person coming in there and investigating.
Yeah.
We did that in Broadhead, that happened.
You know what? I also want to say when the audio and the footage, or the audio from when we went to the school in Jericho, where like my voice got flipped and corrupted, and
Yeah.
it's like 2 people talking. Like, should we tell them we're here? Yeah, we should. And like, that was just the freakiest thing.
That's right, it did. I never thought about that.
Because we don't have enough information on the afterlife. Like, we honestly don't know if they can communicate, if us coming in with our equipment is the only time that seal opens. We'll never have enough. Like, they say, okay, Halloween, the seal, the veil starts to thin and all that. For all we know, it can be broken every day of the week. It just takes somebody that's open to communicate.
Right. Yeah.
And because we just don't know enough about it.
Dang.
And
So
that's where I come in. I'm like, I try everything that nobody else wants to try.
So do you only ever use like a spirit box, or is like do you have like a favorite piece that you use?
I have I use a couple apps,
Mhm.
whether or not they work or not. I used to use GhostTube. Don't use it no more.
That's how we
Um,
started.
That was how we started.
That's
and
how
then
I started too. Me
Never
too.
again.
That's how I started. And I just it was the same responses everywhere I went. And then
Yeah.
the SLS that's in GhostTube,
Awful.
there could be nothing here, but it's terrible. So I fell off of that. I do use Necrophonic still.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all use that.
I haven't used it, but I've seen a lot of other people use it, and I keep going back and forth if I want to try it out, because I'm very used to like the physical equipment that we have. But I have the Spirit Talker app because I have a few haunted dolls at home, and Blaine borrowed like all of my equipment for an investigation he was doing, and I just really wanted to talk to my dolls, so I downloaded the Spirit Talker app, and I like that it logs your conversations, and you can go in and edit, like change the name of the conversation, so you could really keep track.
Mhm.
And I love that.
That's what I use. I use Necrophonic. There's a ghost hunting tools, and then I use Spirit Talker.
Hmm.
Nice.
But when I don't have my app, I have an SB7 Spirit Box.
Yeah.
I just don't like them because you can't, unless you have an external speaker. They're too low.
Yeah, I agree. The decibel for your volume is too low without a speaker or a pair of headphones.
And I'll be 100% honest with you, man. I have like a bunch of equipment I want to get, like REM pods and the music boxes and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I just go bare minimum. Just me, the phone, a light if I need one, and then my little cat balls and a K2 meter.
Yeah, yeah, that's basics. That's the
It's
basics.
less to
basic.
carry.
So what do you use?
I
What
carry
do you use to
it on a
record though?
backpack anyway. What do I
Do you
record
just
with?
use your phone? Yeah. Do you just use your phone to record?
Everything. When I first started, I was on an iPhone I was on an iPhone 11 when I first started, and you can tell because it's a little grainy. All I film with is with a iPhone 13, and then I use a Samsung.
Interesting.
I don't have like a legit what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have like a legit like handheld camera.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been wanting to get a GoPro. I've been wanting to get a GoPro. Just there's certain things I can use it for, but when it comes to filming, I literally just use my iPhone.
I do want to
Everything's just
warn.
filmed off the iPhone.
I do want to warn you with GoPros, the audio is really crappy.
I don't know
Yeah,
what the
I'm-
actual GoPro, like the brand GoPro does, but
I've
the
looked
ones
at it.
have
No,
their-
I looked
are
at
they
it,
like
and the
that?
audio isn't the greatest.
Okay, so yeah, be careful getting an external mic, but
Yeah, I have like right now, if I need to, like I have my AirPods I'll use, but I don't have my bag here. I have a little what they call shotgun mics or whatever.
yep.
Yep.
I have one that just plugs into the iPhone.
Yeah. No, that's great too. Like we have our standard camcorders that we use and stuff like that. But so do you use
The
so
only
if you're
thing that-
going into a place at night?
No, the only thing that messes up with the iPhone is IR. So if I have an IR light, the phone doesn't pick it up like a camera.
Yep. Yeah, it's a typical camera just won't pick up an IR light. You has to have like an infrared setting.
Mhm. Yeah.
So like we have our camcorders that specifically shoot in like night vision and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I have a few next to me on the floor here.
Cameras galore.
Now they do have a new adapter that plugs into the battery port of the iPhone that will turn your phone into like a FLIR.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
he got one.
I
and
got
then-
one because I saw it was for USB and I thought, I have this big Microsoft Surface tablet. I thought I'd be able to use it in there because it's USB-C. The answer is no.
But it works on my
Yeah,
phone, and
It
I
works
have
on
an Android, so-
Androids. So, but they make a Lightning one, and I was considering getting it, but it's not $100 to $200 I'm willing to spend right now.
Yeah, and see, I was thinking about doing the same thing because I haven't bought one.
Yep.
Because I've been talking to people about them, and they're like, some people are like, they're okay, and some people they're like, man, for what I want to use them for and recording, like somebody told me he had to turn his screen recorder on because he couldn't
that's what I
save the
figured.
actual file. So I was like, man, I wouldn't. That takes up too much space. So I just
Yeah.
what I do is I have one of those little I can't forget what they're called, the RGB panels,
Oh yeah.
and I'll just turn it on green or red
Okay.
whenever I go to places. So it's not super bright, but it still gives you that kind of IR feel.
Yeah. Okay. That's different because I was wondering how you would do that. I didn't happen to click on any of them that you had filmed at night. So that's what I was curious about. Because
If you want to check out one, I'll tell you a good one to check out. When you go check out, type in Indian Massacre Grave.
Okay.
I use a lot of those lights out there, and that's one of them. And then, for example, I was doing Randonautica one night, and it took me to a church downtown that I've never been able to get into. And I'm standing outside taking photos. They walk outside and like, "Hey, you want to come inside and take photos?" I'm like, "Sure." I'm like, "This place doesn't happen to be haunted, does it?" And they were like, "You want to investigate? We'll lock you in." So within like 5 minutes, I had a full place to myself.
Damn. I
It's just
wish.
weird, man. Like,
I know.
I've
walk around.
I've been able to get in. Like, we have a place over here called Sibley Mill, massive mill. I think I might have sent you some photos. I could be wrong, but it's huge. There's only been 2 people inside of it. I think it was Ghost Asylum
Okay.
was in there, and then Bruce Willis filmed in like a small part. I'm sitting outside of it one day, and I'm like, man, I'm talking to the guy, and as he's walking off, I'm like, man, I wish I could just be a ghost and follow you inside. He said, come back in 30 minutes. So I stayed there. I didn't even leave. I just walked to the other side of the building, came back in 30 minutes. The only person ever. Now, you have some people that have videos from there where they snuck in. I am the only YouTuber to have full permission to film the entire building.
Damn.
It's just luck, man. I don't know if I've done something good in my life or if I'm just in the right spot at the right time, but I've been able to get in some really cool places.
That's really cool.
We got to be a little more open here.
There's not much you can do in Northeast Wisconsin.
Yeah. I mean, there is. You just got to pay and you get to go on a trolley, and
That is the worst experience.
that's about
See,
it.
I've done that. I went to Savannah
Mhm.
and I went to Savannah and Charleston. They both have the trolley tours. I said no. I went and walked on them by foot. Like, I'm not gonna like in Charleston, they give you the opportunity to have a like a recording on your phone, so you don't have to be with a group and you can pretty much do it yourself. And I did it myself. I was like, I just can't. There's too many people on trolleys. You don't get to enjoy the spot.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, the trolley ride we had,
You don't get to enjoy any of it.
we tried to fake a few things.
Oh yeah.
So that's why
they did that in Savannah. They give you ghost equipment in Savannah, but
they
it's
didn't
been
even do
rigged. See, in Savannah, they give it to you, but it's been rigged to where I can walk up to a wall and I'll get EVPs and there's nothing there. Or I'll get electronic EMFs, there's nothing there. It's for the experience.
That's some horse shit.
I mean, people who
But it's the
aren't really
experience.
like super into that or like actually doing it on their own, they're not gonna know the difference. But
No.
when you do it on your own, it's baloney.
That's
literally
trash.
I literally stood in the middle of a circle because they have these squares up there and everything in Savannah. I was standing in the middle of a square watching like 15 people with the cameras that they gave them, the EMFs that they gave them, the K2 meters that they, not EMFs, the K2 meters that they gave them. And I'm sitting there, I'm standing there with my own and I'm getting nothing, but theirs is pegging. And I'm like, and then also they don't tell you how to do it. Like, I know if I walk up to my phone or a camera with a K2 meter, it's going to go off because of the fields coming off the camera. They don't tell people that. So there's people sitting there with a camera like this and an K2 like this. And, oh my gosh, I'm getting spikes. Well, it's coming off the camera.
Ay, ay, ay.
So I just said, hey, I do it by myself. That way I got to, and I told people, I was like, look, Halloween comes every year. If you want a real ghost tour, let me know. I will take you to the real haunted spot in Augusta.
Hell yeah.
And
yeah,
it's just,
we've been trying to do stuff on Halloween. We're trying to figure out like the rest of our year's schedule.
Yep.
Shoot, in May, I'm going to West Virginia. I'm doing Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Yeah, they just reopened their stuff, I saw.
Yep, and Western State Penitentiary.
Nice.
So I'm gonna. Oh, actually, I take that back. The day I leave, I'm hitting Lake Shawnee, which is an abandoned like Indian amusement park, haunted, and then I'm going to a burial ground, then Trans-Allegheny, and then Eastern State. I'm trying to do everything in like 3 days, so we'll find out.
Damn, good luck.
I mean, the only reason what was going to happen is I was going to go to Waverly on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then hit Trans-Allegheny Thursday and then the penitentiary Friday. 3 big ones back to back to back. But Waverly never got back in touch with us. And then Eastern State basically was like, hey, you can be locked in from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night for $75. Well, 9 at night to 5 in the morning. It's like $75. But there's so many people in there that it gets so crowded and diluted that your investigation is going to be pointless. So they basically was like, well, for $50, I can get you in from 7 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock by yourself. So I chose $50 from 7 to 10 because it's just me.
Yeah.
That's such a deal.
Yeah. And then the wave, and then the Trans-Allegheny was, they were going to do something similar, but they were like, we don't have nobody on that day. So you could probably just have it from 9 o'clock at night to 5 in the morning by yourself for like $100.
100. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I know. We dropped like 250, 300, 400 on places to investigate.
Yeah, Waverly Hills charges you $100 to be locked in at 9 o'clock at night, and they come back and let you out at 5 in the morning. It's like $100. But if you want it privately to yourself, I think they charge like $1,000.
Okay. All
There it
right.
is.
There. Because we like to do it privately because we don't want any contamination and all that stuff.
And I'm the same way. And that's why I was like, man, if I could get like 10 people together that really wanted to go, we could all put in $100 and have it privately to ourselves.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that's the smart way to do it. I mean, unless you're like exploring with Josh or something like that, and you can just throw $1,000 at fish. But they, if you have the money, then yeah, it is worth it. But me personally, I'll pay $50 just to get in there for a couple hours because I like exploring.
That's
For 3
nice
hours
though.
by yourself though, like that's perfect. Looks like we lost League there for a second, so I think we're good to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Ghost in Us podcast. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a review on your podcast catcher of choice, whether it be Apple or Spotify or even here on YouTube. You can leave us a 5-star review. It'd be great. Gets us up to more people. We'd love to have more guests on the show. So if you are interested, please send us an email at ghostinus@gmail.com. Or you can DM us on Twitter /X, Instagram, TikTok. Till that's gone.
Any socials.
Yeah, any of our socials. You can join our Facebook group, and you will find a link to League's content down in the description of the YouTube version here. So again, thank you guys for listening /watching. We will see you next time.